brings us to Oakland, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Indianapolis Colts and the Oakland Raiders. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here's James on first down. Caught on the right side by Adams. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Well, habits, we can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. This will be fielded at the 17. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again, Reed. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
On 3rd down, Reed. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down. Two 1st downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10.
All right, here we go.
On the ground with a tight end. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Reed. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience. It's early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time. But...
yeah, you know, I'll have to tell you that some other time.
All right, here we go. Back to football. To throw on third down. Reed. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. In for the score. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. Ooh, with a juke. And he'll get this just up past the 20, but a marker is down. Let's get the call. Now, this is going to put him back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Gone! Watch him now, Barney! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing on first down. James. That one brought in by his tight end, Adam Shaheen. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
No. Check. Patriot. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
James throwing on first down. Over the middle. That's caught by Adams. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And incomplete. Almost intercepted. The D lineman almost had it. Couldn't hang on. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
To throw on second down. Reed. Out left side here to Bryant. Give him 30 yards there.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Now let's go. Green, 39. Green.
On first down, Reed. Over the middle here to Donnell. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A gain of 6 there on first. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket. to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
And they'll run it here. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. On 1st and 10, Reed firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Gone! All right, here we go. 3-19!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The Raiders on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 7.
Set! Blue, landed!
From the gun, Reed. And incomplete. A disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now 4th down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay. I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
James now to throw from his end zone. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
There's a lot about that play you can easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even given up a defensive touchdown.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
To throw from his end zone, James. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from it. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the 1st quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. Fielded at about the 28. Still shedding tackles. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hurry up, here we go.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he spins away. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. And they've got it here with a first down. Off-play action. Reed. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. That goes for a gain of 31.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And they'll go on the ground. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Looking to throw on second down. Reed. Throw left side complete. It's Bryant. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. The Raiders on third down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Here we go now. Blue lining. Blue lining.
Operating from the gun. Reed. And almost intercepted. Would have been a huge pick in the end zone, but as it stands, that brings up 4th.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
To throw is James on 1st and 10. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
Now James to throw on second down. Flushed out right, and they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Here's James throwing on 3rd and long. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, of that marker. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this will be taken at the 13. Spins away. A great return there of 22 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Watch it now, Barney. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
To throw on 2nd down. Reed. Bryant with a catch right side. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. He got 29 yards that time. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go.
On 1st down, they'll run it on the draw play. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Off the play fake. Reed. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bryant. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here we go now. 319. 319.
On 3rd down, Reed. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. The Colts D sticking to their assignments, and that brings up 4th. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A 2nd one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
James from the downhill throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts 1st down.
Leopard! Leopard!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Back to throw. James going underneath. It's Coleman. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. James now on 1st down. Buying time to his left. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
The Colts with a first red zone opportunity in the ball game. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16.
Lucky 56.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Drops it off for Coleman. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The Colts on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Looking to throw. James. Able to find Shaheen, the tight end. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. It's a quarterback sneak. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Now the Colts moving quickly here in the hurry-up offense. They'll try and sneak it here. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. It's their quarterback as the first half is winding down. And the Colts have got it back to a 1-score game. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a 1-score, 6-point game. This will be taken in at the 1. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So out come the Raiders. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Detroit. Detroit.
Throwing on 1st down. Reed going deep here for Bryant. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Detroit.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Reed. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And this from the parking lot, from an even 70 yards out. And supreme confidence in the kicker. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. So we've reached halftime here in Oakland with the Raiders on top. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? you adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And they're going to face a third down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The Raiders on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Now let's go. 3-19.
From the gun, Reed. And he's got his man, Goodell. Still going. They can't stop him. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On first down, Reed. Throw left side complete. It's Bryant. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 more on that one and another first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Vontaze Burfict in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Operating from the gun, Reed. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
But enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw. Reed. He uncorks it for Snead. That's caught inside the 20. On 3rd down, that is a big-time play for the Raiders. And even 40 yards.
Well, they just treated 3rd and long as simply an opportunity to make an even bigger play. Normally, you're just trying to pick up the 1st down and you know where the sticks are. They took this thing way downfield. Confidence in the receivers to go up and make a play, even with defenders around them.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
3-19.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Reed, complete to Bryant. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Looking to throw. Reed. His throw caught at about the 5. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good pickup there, a 22.
Now, check. Patriot.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
They get it to him running left. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
They'll try the draw. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. Fighting through it, he's got space. And a great return up past the 40. But this one may not stand. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
Good, 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 good. All right, here we go.
To throw is James. Throwing on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. No gain, and it's second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now James on 1st and 10. The left side throw complete to Adams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. A couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Out left to Shaheen. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 38. Here's James operating from the gun. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
James from the gun on third down. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Colts able to get this back within a touchdown. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. Now a handoff looking right. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. On first and 10, Reed. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He got 29 yards that time. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders add on to their lead. And the lead will grow by 1 more. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Colts getting ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
James now on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing on first down. James. He's going to air one out. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Colts have got it back to a 1-score game. Extra point attempt to come here. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On 1st down, Reed. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down. First quarter, Charles, you really emphasized the importance of winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. They haven't forced a single turnover in this game.
And right now they're losing, so no turnovers might lead to no victory.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
Throwing again. Reed. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Hurry up, here we go.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Set. Green, 39. Green, 39.
Back to throw. Reed. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Schmidt on to punt as he sends it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Colts are going to get it at the 20. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here.
And the Raiders have got him. Bobby Wagner in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Now let's go. 3-19.
To throw is James. From the gun, he'll throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Mario Edwards in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
All right, now look at 56.
Now James operating from the gun. And they're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this this one results in a safety. Now, the 2 points, that's not totally critical at this point. Still a one-score game, but they do have to give away the football with no guarantees they're going to get it back.
Yeah, or at least if they get it back, will they have any time to do anything with it? So they've got to send their defense out there and say, guys, we got to have it right now. Save some time for us.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out right now, clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Here we go now. Blue landing.
Looking to throw on second down. Reed. This is Goodell with a grab. And out across midfield down to the 45. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Gone, 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 gone. Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Off play action. Reed. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Vontaze Burfict in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Detroit. Detroit.
From the gun, Reed. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Here's James throwing on 1st down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. James looking to throw on 2nd down. It's caught here by Adams. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They got to find.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Mario Edwards in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot.
And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And this is recovered in the end zone by the defense. My goodness, what a late turn of events here. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room where they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead now up to 14. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And they've got to be still reeling from the events of a moment ago. What a turn on that last play.
You're knocking on the door. You're about to take it in. You think you're going to get some points on the board. Instead, you cough it up and watch them take it the rest of the way to the opposite end zone. That's a 2-score swing that you just gave up.
A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it a second down. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. And I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
Looking to throw. James throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone!
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. James now back to the air on second down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Adams. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. To throw is James. Off the play fake. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
Now James to throw again. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it third down. Now the Colts moving quickly here in the hurry-up offense. Here's James on 3rd and 2. Well, they would have gotten a conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Being chased out left. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. And now here come the Raiders. The clock cannot be stopped here. Defense can't do anything. So kneel it down, take it home.
No doubt about it. It's what you practice for in winning situations each and every week. Victory formation, take a knee, and go on into the locker room and celebrate.
Call it a victory. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for Oakland, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Colts,